Hello everyone, my name is Dee and welcome to my Pick a Card Tarot Readings channel. In this reading, we are going to explore the heart and soul of somebody who really hurt you in the past. Now, this could be somebody that you're still in communication with or somebody you're completely separated from at this time. And this could be for a friend, a family member, or a romantic connection, just whoever you have been very hurt by in the past and the energies aren't fully resolved. We're going to take a look inside of them and see how they think and they feel about what's happened here and if they've grown or evolved at all from this experience, as well as the karmic energies around them. There are 4 different hearts to choose from. I will start with the first heart. There are timestamps listed for all of them below. Hello, heart number 1. Let's tap right into this person's energy and take a look and see how they think, how they feel about what's happened, what's going on. All right, right there. Okay, so we have a heart message. I don't show it, so you don't know how special you are to me. So you are definitely in this person's heart, whether it's a friend, family member, a romantic person. You are definitely still in their heart space. Now we have an ego message. I am codependent, but I am not fully aware of this. So there is still a lack of accountability and responsibility on this person's behalf to some degree. And now we have another heart message. This really hurts me too. Okay, so they are a little bit stuck in accountability because this fight, this separation, this argument, whether it's just created great distance in an existing connection or outright severed the connection entirely, it causes them a lot of pain as well. And it's almost too painful to say, I'm responsible for this. Like, that's where they're at. They teeter back and forth in, yes, I need to own up to this. Yes, I'm responsible. And then, no, I'm not. It's your fault. You're the reason why. Like, so if they did something and you said, you know what, that's it, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want you in my life, and you pushed them away, they're blaming you for their pain for pushing them away rather than blaming themselves for the action they chose, which was the facilitator of you pushing them away. Okay, so it's like they go back and forth. And some of you, like this reading, I feel is split. Some of you are totally separated here for sure, but some of you I feel are still in contact, and it's like you just can't meet in the middle. You can't agree on this. It's like you can't move past this, whatever this is for you personally. And those of you in separation, that's why there's no resolution yet, because this person, it's like they go back and forth. Okay, they're more in their heart space than their ego about this, but I feel there's a little bit of like victim mentality because I'm codependent, but I'm not fully aware of this. They really struggle to take responsibility and accountability for themselves and their actions. And it could even be like, well, this happened to me in the past, or this happened to me when I was growing up, and so this is just who I am, and you either accept it or you're not meant to be in my life. That type of energy. They need a lot of growing, and I do feel they're in a darker space, but it's more involved than just like what has happened here with you specifically. So let's pull some dark mirror cards and go deeper into that energy I'm picking up on. Hiding your true self. Yeah, see, They really go back and forth. They struggle to look at the wreck around them and say, I did this. Like, it's almost too painful for them. How do I explain this deeper? It will come to me. It will come to me. Next is downcast pride. Yeah, see, that's that ego energy. They just, something about saying I was wrong, I'm sorry, is really hard for them. And it could be a trauma inside of them. Like, you know, we've all had crazy childhoods, right? They just, it's like they can't get past that. The ownership, the accountability, them, okay, like they do something awful and bad. And because it hurts you and you point it out to them, it's almost like they somehow can turn that around and say, how dare you accuse me of this, even though it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just, they can dish it out all day long. They can point out fault in you, fault in others, but when it is brought to their attention about themselves, like they almost cannot handle it. It's very triggering for them, and they hide behind emotional wounds with that. Okay, there is emotional baggage in this person, but what I'm getting is there's an awareness of their emotional baggage, and rather than trying to heal that and fix that, they hide behind that. That's easier for them, and I feel like they get out of things pretty easily, like hurting people. Like, it's expected of them. Like, but with you may have really like put your foot down, or because I'm feeling like pushback from you this last go round, and so that's like why there's so much resistance from them, is because it is truly time for them to step up, take ownership and accountability for themselves. But they're really stuck in that ego, like going back and forth. And when they drop into the heart space, in the recognition of your worth, your value, what they've put you through, it's almost too much for them to take, and they slip back into, well, I'm hurting too. They try to find fault in others to make excuse and justification for their actions, and if they can't go that route, then they hide behind that emotional pain, those wounds within. So let's pull some more cards. Okay, so they don't feel like a real success within. This is somebody who is like, they project a lot. They project what others want to see and know about them, and they really don't think highly of themselves, even if they're egotistical and like attention seeking and me and all of that type of energy. They really don't think high of themselves with this card coming out. Because look at this, comes out under hiding your true self, success. Yeah, they don't believe in themselves at all, but they may project as though they're all that and then some. And look at this, judgment, downcast pride. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. They do not understand this. Like, I don't feel like this is a bad person. They're just very stuck in like this victim mentality. They're very judgmental. They're easily triggered. They hide behind their wounds. They can get really like overly defensive, offended by everything. It's like once this person gets triggered and starts feeling overstimulated, they just turn into a completely different person. Very defensive, lashing out, mean, deflecting, gaslighting. It's like they don't know how to take any accountability. It's for them, like saying, yes, I was wrong, is the worst thing in the world. And I keep being led back to like early years. I don't know if this is like as a child, like they grew up in a very, very strict household where they weren't allowed to really express emotion and what they think and they feel. And if they got out of line even slightly, like it was very bad consequences. Or if they were bullied a lot, like this person really, it's like I've got to hide behind something. I've got to hide behind something. And I just see this wall of like this emotional baggage that they constantly go behind. And that's why they act the way that they do and behave the way that they do. And when it gets real for them and they're really hurting, it's like they can't say I did this. I can't get past that wall in them. And for me, it's like they can't accept their choices, their actions on their own accord. It's always because of somebody else or some circumstance, a justification for everything. Oh, it gets tiring. I feel like that's why there's pushback from your energy. It's just like the same old story over and over and over. And no matter how much you care, you have your point, you know? So let's pull some tarot to go further into these messages. Yeah, oh, they don't want to be judged, and therefore they're very judged. It's like they're very judgmental. They're very deflecting of them. All right, here it is. I don't show it so you don't know how special you are to me. We have the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, they really go back and forth because they do hurt. They are sad, but allowing themselves to feel that will naturally push them into that place of accountability. And then that's what they run from. That's what they flee from. Oh yeah, they can get really petty and selfish and immature and childish. And Ace of Pentacles. This really hurts me too. So strong message here from their higher self that as badly as you hurt, they hurt the same. They do. And it's interesting because here we are talking about how they go back and forth in their head. And we have the Two of Pentacles of them going back and forth. But with this, you know, coming out on this side of the read, I do feel that they are going to be able to have an epiphany, have an awakening, have an expansion of consciousness about you, themselves, because it goes beyond just you. I feel the outcome of this situation with you, this fight with you, this separation from you, this distance with you is a facilitator to activate something inside of them, to bring them into a different awareness of self, because man, they are very petty. And this is coming out under I'm codependent, but I'm not fully aware of this. Page of Swords. That takes me back to the youth. Either something happened in youth that was very traumatizing to this person and they can't get beyond it, or they're very immature when it comes to arguments, taking accountability, all of that. They're just like emotionally not grown, regardless of early childhood trauma, or it's just that's who they are, their personality, for who knows why. They're not emotionally grown at all. And that's why they're codependent. And so when somebody's codependent, this is also an energy where they could be incredibly controlling of every single thing that you do. They don't want you to be doing anything without them. You know, they're always up in your business. Or it could be where this person just kind of comes and goes at their leisure. When they're feeling low, when they're feeling scared, when they're feeling empty, they come in very close for that safety of you, that energy of you drawing upon you. And then once they feel back to good, they grow distant again. Or when they're in need of abundance, life is just hard. They come in, they're close, they get what they need from you, and then they're distant again. And if you ever try to call them out on it, they have a way of turning it around and making you feel bad, like you're asking too much, you're being too controlling, you're being demanding, you're holding things over my head type of energies. So they have a lot of emotional growing to do, and it starts with taking accountability for themselves and their actions, regardless of what has happened in life. And sometimes it's not so much about trauma, it's about everything being handed to somebody in their growing up years. Therefore, in adulthood, they tend to run and flee from their problems because they don't have any skills. They didn't obtain those, growing up. Everything was handed to them. So there's a few different scenarios. It's just like I keep going back to childhood, very immature, childish person here. Or this could be a very young person in your life, just depending on how you're relating to this reading. All right, let's pull some more tarot. And these are going to be the karmic energies. So, yeah, they're going through it with the Strength card coming out. They're starting to see the truth. That is good. Like there's a crack in the darkness that they cannot run from. Okay, nice. I do see a healing here. With this Strength card, it's like they've really got to go through some things without your love, without your support, without your protection, without your understanding. It's like they've got to kind of fall down here for whatever that means for your connection with this person personally. But it's like they've got to figure this out on their own to come out of this energy, because they always hide behind that wall. And they're starting to have an awakening, a realization of themselves, but they keep going back and forth because it's a very painful process for them. They are hurting. They do miss you. They do feel bad, but it's also compounded by the beginning of realization of self, which brings them pain because they're not quite sure how to deal with those energies, but it's happening. Okay, and they are going to grow. And here with the Six of Cups, that's where I see you guys being able to meet in the middle finally. And this is sweetness, this is purity, the inner child, as well as reconnective energy. So I do see a reconnection between you and this person, and the karmic energy around them is like all that they try to hide from and behind is now like the predominant energy that shapes their reality, and they're going to have no choice but to face themselves and the consequences of their choices and their actions. And it's not an easy thing, but it's going to really grow them and it's going to mature them. So let's pull another card. Sing and dance together and be joyous, and it says marriage. So you and this person are definitely going to overcome this conflict, this separation, this distance at some point in your journey, this lifetime. This is a general read. This is card 5. 5 is all about challenge and change. And I just feel like this coming through as marriage is talking about this person is your soulmate, whether a friend, family member, or romance. Okay, this person is your soulmate, and right now they've just got to fall down on their own, figure it out, see the truth of themselves so that they can change and become, somebody better, somebody more mature, grown, wise. All right, let's pull another card. Transformation. And all that green is talking about the heart space. I am constantly evolving. I improve inwardly by working on my weaknesses and refining my strengths. Life ensures I'm presented with situations that will help me learn and grow. I am aware of my progress and open my wings to the light. So this is happening inside of this person, and this is what's going to happen with this connection. I definitely feel you guys are going to be able to heal and overcome and evolve beyond whatever this fight, separation, argument, whatever it is. You guys are going to be able to overcome it. But it's really about this person evolving first and taking accountability and responsibility. And they're back and forth right now, but they definitely feel the pain too. All right, so those are your messages. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care. Hello, heart number 2. Let's tap right into your person's energy and see what they are thinking and feeling about the situation between you that has either separated you or created a lot of distance and disconnection. So we're going to tap right into their energy. How do they feel? Are they sorry? Have they learned? Have they grown? And what's their karma? We're going to pull a lot of cards, but we're going to start by looking directly into their heart and their soul. How is their heart and soul, Spirit? Okay, so we have a heart message. I'd never admit this to you, but I look at your social media frequently. It's the closest I can be to you right now. All right, and this again could be for a friend, family member, or romance. So this person is definitely in their heart space about you at times, and they do miss you. They check in to see what's going on in your life, and if you have mutual connections, they may even inquire through those mutual connections about you. Now we have an ego message. I take more than I give. So they are a bit selfish. And we have another ego. Your shine makes me feel threatened. Okay, so do they think that they were wrong? Hard to say. We're going to have to pull more cards on that. It's almost as though with this person, even if they're like, yeah, I was wrong, and there's a full realization of that, and I kind of feel like there is with this person, they're not in a space where they want to admit to that. It's like, well, yeah, I'm wrong, but I'll just hold out. Maybe if I hold out, eventually you will break down and take responsibility and accountability when it's not yours to take. So this person, very prideful, very much in their ego, very stubborn. They know they're wrong. They do. Like, there's no question. Now that we're moving more into this energy, they know that they're wrong, but they're not going to own up to it just yet. And for them, it's almost as though checking in on you, looking at your social media, all of those different things is enough for them because it makes them still feel close to you. And I get the sense that you think a lot about them, you feel a lot about them, and they feel your energy all around them, because when we're strongly thinking and feeling about somebody, whether we intend it or not, we are projecting our energy into their space, into their consciousness. And so this person definitely feels your energy. This one, it's like Spirit saying this is not if we're just distant, like this is outright separated, this reading. And because of that, because of like this almost empathic connection, if not empathic connection you have with them, and they feel your energy in their space, and then like they look in to see what's happening in your life and checking in on you in different ways, that's enough for them. They still feel close to you. As long as they know that you still care, that's enough for them. This is such a power trip, power game for this person. It's very manipulative. They like to be in control, And when they're wrong, it's like, I'm not going to ever own up to it. I'll wait for the other person to break down because they miss me, or I'll just let this relationship stay separated for the rest of my days. Oh my gosh. This person, very, very prideful, very, very ego. And that may be a defense mechanism, okay? We're going to pull more cards, but that's kind of where they stand. They know they were wrong, but it's like, I'm never going to own up to this. I'm never going to admit this to you. Wow. Let's pull some dark mirror and look about the shadow energy around them. Okay, peaceful among thorns. That right there says it all. As much as it can hurt them, look at that. They will just sit there and endure the pain rather than say, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. This person probably makes you crazy. Downcast pride. There it is. Like, they don't, that pride is in the way. Ego is in the way. This person saying, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Let me make it up to you. Let's work this out. I don't know why this is like so difficult for this person, but it is. And peaceful among thorns. Like, they would rather hurt and miss you than say, I'm sorry that I hurt you. Like, that is just crazy to me. Like, that's wild. Let's pull some cards. Like, why, Spirit? Why are they like this? Is this just like a personality thing? Like, are they super fiery, or is there some trauma here that, like, if this is, because I kind of feel maybe it's a bit of a defense mechanism because of how powerful this is. So let's see. All right. Oh. Pride jumped out. Fear. There's a lot of fear. And regret. Okay. This person is very hot-headed. That is the obvious here. I mean, peace among thorns with pride, and then pride and fear. So the fear and the regret to me is, it's this, like, to admit that they are wrong and take accountability. It's like they can't handle the potential rejection of that. There's so much fear in that. And even though they're, you know, hurting and in this pain, and they have this regret for this attribute of them, the way they behave, it's like they can't get beyond the fear. Like, owning themselves, it's like, I can't be vulnerable. That will expose me. Or what if I get rejected? You know, I put my heart on my sleeve. I say I'm sorry. I swallow my pride, and I get rejected. Like, that's almost too much for this person to take. And that is why they are so stubborn and so guarded and just waiting for you to come back to them and tell them that, you know, you're sorry, or that you miss them. Not even that you're sorry, just like that you miss them, that you want to work it out with them, because there's so much fear that if they came towards you, that you would outright reject them, or it would make them appear like small, weak. I don't want to be walked on. Maybe like I'm really trying to assert myself, lay boundaries. Wow, yeah. So now that we have this out, that this is, I feel, a defense mechanism. And their ego and their pride is like the main facilitator, the wall, the barrier. But I don't think they realize that that wall and barrier is more ego projection and pride than anything else. To them, it's a defense mechanism. Wow. All right, let's pull some tarot on this. Look at that. This is coming out under I look at your pictures on social media. Yeah, they do hurt. They do miss you too. I take more than I give. We have the Page of Pentacles coming out underneath that. They're coming through as a page energy. There is a level of immaturity around this person. They might be a little bit materialistic too. And then your shine makes me feel threatened. And they have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, so who you are, what you are, the way that you handle life, the way that you move about life, the way that you are in tune with your emotions, it really freaks this person out because they're not comfortable inside themselves the same way that you are. They're not comfortable and even admitting to themselves, like, when they're wrong. They know in this situation, like, I need to open up, or I should have said more, I should have done more, I should have said something different, I should have handled this. Like, they know that. But they don't know how to rectify that. They're very trapped in their mind. Like, I'm hurting, but I'm going to sit among these thorns rather than be rejected, put myself out there. No, because this pain, what I'm in right now, I can handle this. This is comfortable. This is familiar to me. I understand this pain. But to put myself out there and potentially be rejected, that's more pain than I'm comfortable with handling. That's going into the unfamiliar. So it's safer for me because you've got peaceful among thorns, and then you got the Eight of Swords that have come out around this person. They're comfortable in their heartache. I've never seen this before. I'm a little like shook, taken back by this person's energy, because even though it feels very forceful and like egotistical, Spirit's also drawing me into like the genuine fear that exists inside of them about rejection, about self-worth. Like, they think very, very high of you. Your shine makes me feel threatened. They think high of you, even if they don't tell you that. They admire you. There are attributes about you that they don't feel they possess. And so when they look at you, they feel inferior. It doesn't mean like that you have ever said or done anything to them to indicate that you think that they are less than or inferior to you. That's their own insecurity. They project that upon you. So actions and words that you do and say that have nothing, no basis and intention of you thinking them small or less than, they may be triggered due to their own insecurities, that you do feel superior than them, or that you do look down on them, and maybe you keep it inside, you patronize them. Like, they have a lot of insecurity about who they are, and they project that. And in this situation, they know like that they're wrong and they need to like put themselves out there, but they just, it's like they can't. They're comfortable in this energy, and it may be that you guys have been separated for quite some time, and that's why they're comfortable in this energy. And again, when you think about them and stuff, they feel you in their space, so they know that this isn't over. But at least like this, you're there sometimes. You're there in their space. You're there in their dreams. They can look in on you. They can have their feelings for you without anything having to change, without anything having to feel uncomfortable, without anything having to be triggered. But there is regret inside of them. So let's look at their karmic energies around this situation. right. Oh, okay. So we've got the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. They've lost a bit because, like, so whatever they've done to you, they're experiencing it with life. Like, life is throwing a lot of different things at them in a lot of different ways. They were wrong. We're looking at their karmic energy. We got the Ten of Swords with the Ten of Pentacles. This is like rock bottom, feeling as low as it gets, losing everything pretty much. Like, that's where they're at. So this regret now, with these cards coming out, like, whatever's happened here with you, they really feel like they've lost it all. And there's deep regret. But again, that fear of rejection, and maybe you would reject them, right? Maybe what they did for in your mind is end all, no repair. And you're only here watching this reading because you're curious about where they're at, if they've grown, if they've evolved. I don't feel that they have. But that doesn't mean there's not hope for them. They're just in a lot of fear-based energy, so trapped in that. All right, Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles, interesting, 10 and 10, and then 3 and 3. Oh, and you got the Three of Swords there, so 3, 3 is third time's a charm, so I do like that. The Moon, Hanged Man, 9 of Wands, 5 of Swords, Knight of Cups, and Knight of Pentacles. I love that synchronicity. 2 10s, 2 3s, and then 2 Knights. All right. So it is definitely in their desire, their wishes, their hopes for you guys to figure this out somehow, some way. Okay. I do feel eventually they will bring an apology your way. Okay. Very slow coming with the Nine of Pentacles, but here at present, as you watch this reading, they're showing as the Page. They haven't evolved much from whenever we last spoke here, when, you know, what went down went down. They are still in this energy, but with all of these cards popping out, this is what's going to happen. They're going to evolve into this Knight of Pentacles. They are going to expand and grow. And when that happens, they come in with this Knight of Cups, offering you their cup, being vulnerable, even though they have that 50-50 chance of rejection, they're still going to put themselves out there. But it's after a process here, okay? The way I'm reading this is, let me get all these other cards out of the way. I'm trying to distract myself. So I may be drinking a lot. I may be indulging a lot. I may be playing video games a lot, hanging out with friends. Like, I'm really distracting myself. And, you know, trying to not think about this situation because it does hurt. And it haunts me every single night is what I'm feeling from this person. But they're very stubborn, okay? Very, very stubborn. And it's like they are choosing to be in this Moon energy and Hangman for a while. But eventually these thorns are going to just become too much for them. They're very determined to stand their ground and to be stubborn and wait for you to come around. They're very determined in that. But I think this time you're going to prevail, because I think whatever happened here is like you're done with it. If this is back and forth, it's like no more. If they did or said something really awful, that was just too much for you to take. If they just outright ghosted you with no explanation, that would explain a lot of the fear, okay? They're struggling with that, what to do, but right now their pride, their ego, much stronger, waiting for you to come around. And honestly, if like after you watch this reading you message them, I don't feel you would even get a response, because they're here, and that just further validates, okay, I'm still in control, I still have the power. they're still thinking about me. They want to work this out. This person is, gosh, a power thing. They're very caught up in that feeling in control. And it's because they don't feel very in control of themselves, okay? So if they feel like they're controlling you, then they feel in control, which they do that because they don't feel in control of themselves, right? So even if you reached out, I don't feel you would get a response. It would be more of just like an ego stroke for them. Oh, I'm still in control. They're still feeling me, yada, yada, yada. It's like they've got to experience life. Life has to bring them to this point for them to be able to evolve here, okay? And that's what's happening for them. That's the karma. It's like there's a lot of loss that's gonna happen for this person in the 3D realm, but it's because it's like they need to break their pride, their ego. They need to connect more into their heart space and come from that part of themselves. And right now it's like they're being very superficial, very 3D, very, let me distract myself in every possible way. I don't want to think about this. I will avoid this. But then when I'm feeling lonely and sad, let me look at your pictures. Let me look at your social media. Let me fill you in my space. And so it's just like they, just go round and round within themselves. And life is going to deal them a few things. And I feel like these harder, heavier circumstances is what finally brings them out of this hanged man energy. And hey, I would like to talk to you. I'm really sorry. Like, I have a lot of regret. Like, this person has to come to you. I feel that very, very strongly. When this person is ready, when they have reached the Knight of Pentacles from the page, they're going to come to you. All right, let's pull another card. Look at that, good and evil. In your longing for your giant self lies your goodness. That this person is having the war of the good wolf and the bad wolf within, and it's a war and a battle that they have to fight on their own. And through that process, that's what facilitates the evolution from the Page of Pentacles into the Knight of Pentacles. So that's just where they're at, and it's an inside job. They have to figure this out on their own. And it's good for you to really stand your ground and have your boundaries here and assert yourself. And they need to come to you. I feel that so strongly. And it's not like you have to walk around without forgiving them. You can totally forgive them in your heart and release and transmute all that energy inside of you. Don't let that be contingent upon when they decide to come back around. You need to work on you and heal you and trust that, Spirit's got you, and life is going to teach this person a thing or two. All right, let's pull you one final message. Positive action. I focus on the beauty in me and I find silence. I live and honor the present by doing what I can do now. What I cannot change, I let go of and entrust to God. How beautiful is that? Yes. You just need to be very strong and assert yourself, because this person, it's like if you give in and try to mend the bridge, it just keeps them perpetuating this energy within themselves. They've got to feel like they have truly lost in order to change. And that's sad, but that's just the message that's coming through. It's like they've got to come to this place of the deepest regret they've ever experienced. And in that space, something activates and they evolve and they change and they transform and they move into positive action. So those are your messages. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care. Hello, heart number 3. Let's get right into your reading and tap in to this person's energy and look at their heart and their soul. This could be a friend, family member, or romance. Somebody who has deeply hurt you. And what they think and what they feel. So let's tap into their energy. Show us their heart and soul, Spirit. Okay, so we have an ego message. I operate in survival mode and I am very fear-based. We have a spirit guide coming through. You both need a lot of healing. I am helping with that. And another ego message. I'm selfishly motivated right now. I take advantage and I use people. You are not the only one. I have done this too. Okay. So this number 3. This person is very selfish, and that's why this spirit guide is coming in right here, dead center. This third reading is very different from the first 2. So with this person, the reason why this relationship needs to separate, whether friend, family member, romance, is because this person is very toxic and they're not fully aware of their toxicity and how negatively their actions, their words, all of that, how badly that impacts you and others. Like, they don't have a full awareness of this. And with the spirit guide, you both need a lot of healing. I am helping with that. The healing that you guys need is very, very different from each other. You need healing from the trauma that this person put you through. And they need some healing to really pull them out of, like, the 3D. This person is coming through to me as very selfish, very 3D. They don't, it's like they lack empathy. They're not open to that part of themselves. Like, there's a lack of empathy in this person, and it's, you know, I operate in survival mode. I'm very fear-based. This person is always watching their back, always worrying about themselves, always worrying about the other shoe dropping. What's in it for me? What's the best outcome for me? They're not, I don't feel that this person is very, like, trustworthy, not just for you, but for anybody who gets close to them. They lack stability, roots, and they are totally cut off from their empathy center. I don't know if something has happened to this person in their life that just totally, like, made them shut off inside, but this is like the Walking Dead to me, the energy of this person. Almost like an empath narcissist, you being the empath, this person being the narcissist. Wow. All right, let's pull some dark mirror and look at the shadow energy around this person. Like, why are they like this? Look at that. Triumph of lies. Yeah, they're not honest. Not to you, not to anybody. Not even to themselves. Sacrifice. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is the type of person that will get close to you only so they can learn you, so they can know you, so they can get what they want to get from you and from others. That's how this person operates. So if this is somebody where you felt like you were very close, you guys spent a lot of time together, and boom, you got stabbed in the back with, like, no warning. It's because that's this person's, what am I looking for? Like, this is their status quo. Like, this is what they do. Not just to you, but to other people. There's no connection to inner self. Therefore, there's no real connection to other people. People can only meet you as deep and as far as they've met their self, right? As deep and as far as they know themselves. This person, they lie to themselves more than they lie to other people. They justify every single thing that they do. Like, they don't really feel remorse for hurting others. They only feel remorse from their actions if it negatively impacts them. And that's sad. And this spirit guide is like, you know, this person is toxic. Like, that's why the separation is here. This spirit guide trying to help awaken this person to who they truly are, as well as bring you healing and let you know this is not your fault. Do not personalize the behavior and actions of this person, no matter how close you guys seemed, because this is what they do, not just to you, but to everybody. It's just how they operate. It's how they work. And there will, you know, karma comes around, but it's like, let's go deeper. Why? What has happened to this person? Why are they built like this? Because some people are just born into this incarnation being very disconnected from higher self. I don't know if it's about the age, the turning of the age, like what's up. But let's see. Okay, success. So this is somebody who, look at what it says on this. I know that there is no greater goal than love. So this is under the shadow energy. This person doesn't care about emotions. This person cares about success, money, abundance, status, power, being on top. That's what this person wants. That's what this person cares about. I almost feel like this person could be a con artist for some of you. And look at this, loneliness, sacrifice. This person is willing to feel lonely, alone, all of those things. It's like, I will sacrifice any human relationship to get a leg up in the physical realm. Like, this person, oh my gosh, I don't feel like this person's been through a lot of trauma. None of that. This is just what a selfish person looks like. A toxic, selfish person who is unaware of self and is going to refuse to own up to self, always wants to be in the position of power, gets what they want, and then when there's nothing more to take, they let go, they move on. If this does not sound like your person, then maybe try one of the other hearts. But man, for heart 3, spirit is like, no, I don't care who this person is to you. They are a toxic mess, not just to you, but to all those they encounter, because they do not come from their heart space. They don't care if they have to sacrifice relationships and feel lonely for a while. I'll wait for the next one. I'll wait for the next one. That's just how they operate. Maybe that's how they were raised. That's the kind of family they come from. It's like, you know, get yours while you can. Always have the upper hand. Lie, cheat, and steal your way to the top. It doesn't matter. Get to the top. That's all that you need to care about. You know, the ends justify the means. Oh my gosh. Let's pull some more cards. In this deck here, there's ego, heart, soul, and spirit guide. And only ego came out for them with the spirit guide coming through saying, there's this you and this person being separated. It's truly divine intervention on your behalf. It is so much better for you. Because this person, it's like they get close to people just to learn them, just to learn how to manipulate and use. So we have the world. Yeah, like I want the world. I want to be like in control. Oh, look at that. We got justice and we got the Tower. You probably think they should be like an actor with the show that they put on. They could promise the world to somebody, but they don't mean it. Because it's like, you're my world, I promise you the world, just to pull the rug out from underneath you. Like, that's who this person is. They don't care about fairness and like, it's like a dog-eat-dog world. They don't care. They really don't. They have no concept of cause and effect. This is not somebody who believes in karma, believes in God. If they do, it's like they have this superiority complex that they're a chosen one or something, okay? This person is not somebody that you want in your life. I just keep feeling con artists. And it doesn't have to mean like they're conning you out of money or things like that. Maybe for some of you that's the case. This person gets what they want. If this was like romance, this could have been, I just want to feel loved by somebody. I want to be taken care of by somebody right now. They got what they want and they were out. Maybe when you met them, they didn't have a job or they didn't have a house or something. They move in with you, you took care of them, and then they're out. It's like this person is going to get what they want and then they're gone. And they don't care about losing connections. You could be the best person that this person has ever known. The most honest, true, loyal, faithful, good, kind, sweet, all of it. It does not matter. This person is not affected by that. This person does not look at other people for their qualities and characteristics of soul, of heart, doesn't see people as human beings almost. It's like, what's in this for me? What can I get out of this person? Like, that's who their energy is. And you deserve so much better than this. And that's why this spirit guide is intervening and like trying to bring the truth to light for you, and also tell you not to personalize so deeply what this person does, because they do it to everybody. Nobody, I don't think this person knows what love is. Maybe knows what love for money is, for material things, for self, but for other people, no. Like, this is somebody who I could see like harming animals, having a dog and just keeping them chained to a tree outside all seasons. Oh, I don't like the energy. But I'm not here to judge. I'm only here to read the cards. So let's pull some cards to look at their karmic energies of who they are. Because it's very clear. No lessons have been learned. They have not evolved. This is just how they roll, and they don't care. King of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, and the Sun. So this is their karma. And what this tells me is they are going to be exposed in a very big way. And through this exposure, it's going to hurt them. It's going to get them where it would hurt the most, which is like money, abundance, 3D, status, all that. It's going to happen there. Like, there's some sort of exposure that like the truth is going to come to light about this person, and their lifestyle is gonna change, which is actually gonna bring some humbling to this person. How much? I don't know. Because the King of Cups, like, this person would definitely be a reversed King of Cups. Somebody very emotionally manipulative, abusive, liar, cheater, backstabber, okay? But plays a really smooth game. Wonderful actor, actress, can turn on the waterworks, can have these melodramatic, painful stories, really draw you in, make you feel like you guys connected on a deeper level, but that's just part of their game, okay? That's a game. I hate to say it, like, that's just a game to them. Like, that's what they do to everybody, but they are going to be exposed, and through that exposure, there's going to be a great loss for this person, which ultimately I feel coming through as the Nine of Pentacles would be to their money, job, and their status. Okay, like their name is going to be tarnished. They're going to be exposed for the con that they are. Like a big something comes out and is exposed about them. So there is a karma, and it does bring a sense of humbling to them. But in that space, if that takes place and then you hear from this person again and they tell you about like this horrible thing that's happened, don't be reeled in and think, oh, because this has happened to you, it's changed you. I don't get that. Like, this person, they only get down for a minute and then it's on to the next thing. Like, that's just how they operate. That's just how they roll. You are better off, like, just staying away, cutting your losses, and trust that you are being protected. Nothing penetrates this person. I've never seen this in a reading before, ever. And maybe, like, that's what you needed to hear so that you could just wash your hands of this. This is just who they are to everybody, and they know how to reel people in. They know how to play on the emotions. They know how to say and do what they need to say and do to get what they want. And no person is too big of a sacrifice to screw over, to step on, if it's going to make them level up, if it's going to allow them to get ahead, whether it's a friend, family member, or a romantic partner to this person. Like, they stab everybody in the back. It's me, 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 me. All about me, this person. And they lie. Oh my gosh, do they lie? Let's pull another card. And because we have all these major arcanas and then we have a king, this person knows that they are a piece, but they don't care. Okay? They don't care. That's just like in their mind, their mentality, dog eat dog world. And I'm going to get mine. I don't care who I hurt. I don't care who I step on. That's just the way life goes. They're aware. So there is like no evolving. It's like I see moments of humility, but they just, I don't know. I don't ever want to say anybody's a lost cause, but man, this person could lose everything 5 times and they would still be back at it. Still. Because they don't care about people. They care about things. Come and be one of us. The farewell. Yeah, they're not, this card to me is like, this is who they are for the rest of the days that they walk this earth. It's like, it's not until we transition, have the life review, that this soul receives the evolution of this life journey. A very interesting read, this person. And also a message to you is this person, you know, isn't like you, isn't connected to their heart and their soul, doesn't care, doesn't have the empathy and compassion like you do, and they will only hurt you over and over again. This is like, if this is somebody that has to be in your life, like a family member or something, it's best to keep a distance there and just always know and never let your guard down with them. Like, they're a great actor, okay? And they know what to say, they know what to do to play on people's emotions, unfortunately. Okay, so we have affirmation. I listen to myself and acknowledge my needs. I assert myself and retain my power. I am brave and gentle. I don't have to be afraid of others. I respect myself and I am respected by others. This is the affirmation the Spirit wants you to say to yourself, because you deserve more than this connection. Like you do. You're somebody that would put the needs and wants of others ahead of yourself. This person would not do that. They only do and give what they have to put on the show, or to make them look good, or to help push them up, level them up, give them some sort of leg up. Like they're just very, very selfish. And they could lose everything 5 times and they won't change. They won't. For whatever reason, a lot of their expansion, evolution happens when they transition back into the non-physical. And we're all have different blueprints for our journeys for each incarnation. So that's, them and whatever they're doing. But Spirit's like, you're just better off at a very distance, or outright just disconnecting from this person and working on healing yourself and not personalizing everything that they've done, because they do it to everybody. They're not the greatest person. All right. So those are your messages. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care. Hello, heart number 4. Let's get right into your read and tap in to your person's heart and soul. This could be friend, family member, or romance that deeply hurt you. Let's see what they're thinking and feeling about that. So we have a heart message. I am still very hurt about what happened. I need more time. So this person definitely thinking about everything, and hurting and struggling just like you. I got another heart message. Are you ready to forgive me? And we got an ego. I'm deceptive. I even lie to myself. I have a lot of inner work to do. Okay, so this person, this feels very similar to the first message from the first heart. So if you were torn between 1 and 4, that's probably why. All right, but this one feels a bit more sweet to me. The energy feels sweeter and softer and a bit more gentle than the first read. This person, definitely very hurt. I feel like they did or said something, okay, that really hurt you. And there may have been a retaliation, like you said some mean things that you didn't mean, just to hurt them back. Now, that does not apply to all of you, but I am picking that up, that some of you, like, they hurt you, so you did something in retaliation to hurt them back. And you did, like, the knife cut just as deep with whatever you did and said, from, like how you felt from what they did and said. But, even if you didn't retaliate back or say anything back, this person, like, they do hurt. Like, this is very hard for them, and they go back and forth within themselves, because here it is. Are you ready to forgive me? And then I even lied to myself. So it's like they hurt, and when they're really hurting, they look to you like, I'm sorry, are you ready to forgive me? I want to work this out. But when they're not feeling like that low, that pain facilitates different thoughts. That pain then is like, well, you did this and you said that, so I'm hurt too, and I'm owed an apology. Okay, it's almost as though this person sees that you both were wrong for some reason. Like, I'm really feeling that, like, they're saying, like, their higher self, like, we're both wrong. We're both wrong. And my intention for this reading was like somebody who really hurt you. Where are they at? What are they thinking? What are they feeling? So if you did nothing to this person for whatever reason, they feel like you both were in the wrong. Okay, so that may apply or it may not, but nonetheless, like, that's where they're coming from, is like they see it as you both were wrong. And it may have been what they did first, which, you know, cause and effect, right? But nonetheless, like, so if they really screwed up and you, like, told them to get out of your life, they would see, like, that's how, well, we're both wrong. I did something wrong to hurt them, but then they threw me out of their life, which hurt me. So it's like we hurt each other, therefore we're both wrong type of energy, okay? Like, they really feel that strongly that you're both wrong, even if it is totally resting on their shoulders, because they do lie to themselves at times, okay? When things get too deep, get too heavy, too overstimulating for them, then that's when they decide it's no longer their fault. They have justifications. It's like this person, what's good for me isn't good for you. So they could do something and totally justify it, but if you did the same thing, you're the most horrible person on the planet for doing that. Like, they do have a tendency of doing that, like swapping sides for what backs up their argument at the time, what's most convenient for them at the time. So there is some of that coming through, but they generally do feel a lot of sadness and remorse, and know in some part of them that ultimately it's you that has to forgive them for what they did. But are they going to step up and do what it takes to start that process, to start the healing process, you know? So let's pull some dark mirror energies and see the shadow energy that they are currently dealing with. Blinded to pain. And artificial heart. Okay, so this person has definitely been through some things in their life. Very, very hurt, very stabbed in the back. And that's part of the problem here with them. I don't think this person, I can't say like that they've never been loved. I do feel that this person believes that they've experienced more of a lack of love in their life from others than fully being embraced and accepted and loved for who they are. And they're a little bit immature. They do have a little bit of growing up to do. But I feel like this inner work, when they really start lying to themselves, like they've been through a lot. Artificial heart and blinded to pain. They don't want... It's so weird. Like, in moments, they're deeply entrenched in their emotional body and they're feeling everything. And then in other moments, it's like they pull back and they become somebody else. Somebody who doesn't feel, somebody who doesn't care. And that's really, with this person, that's truly a defense mechanism. They have really been hurt in the past. they're afraid of love almost. Affection, like they don't understand those energies. That's very sad. Like I feel sad for this person. All 4 readings have been like, this started off similar to one, but it's taking a whole different turn here. Out of all of them, this person, I actually feel a lot of sympathy for. Honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So look at that, blinded to pain. This person has really been lied to a lot in their life. And envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. So there's a lot of jealousy and insecurity within them as well because of, that's it, abandonment issues. Thank you, Spirit. That's what this person has. There are definitely some abandonment issues. A lot of lies have been told to them, like a lot of backstabs, but abandonment. And they're very jealous and insecure. So if this is like a romantic person for you, or no, let's not even go there. If this was a friend, this would be where you and this friend get along amazingly when it's just the two of you, like one-on-one. But then like if you try to bring this friend around other friends, they get quiet, they get distant. Or if you are out doing things with other friends and you don't invite this friend, they get all hurt about it. Like, well, why am I being left out? And it's like this whole big conspiracy for them when it's really, it doesn't go that deep for you. You're like, well, I just was going to go hang out with this person today because they asked me. Like, you don't even know this friend. Like, there's just a lot of jealousy and envy inside of them. Like, they always feel like they're competing for love, for attention. And so they act out on that. And that's not a shortcoming on your behalf. Like, you can't stop your whole world for this person, whether it's a family member, a romantic person, or a friend. And that's kind of their expectation, is like, you need it. If you love me, if you care about me, you will stop your world when I ask you to, when I need you to, because I do feel this person has that willingness to self-sacrifice like that. Well, I'll stop my world for you. And so fear, envy, and jealousy, insecurity causes this person to lash out and just act in not the greatest ways. Whatever went down here, even if you don't believe it or you don't see it, it has hurt them just as deeply. They just don't know how to really properly filter through these emotions. So let's pull some tarot. Eight of Cups. Oh, that's my kitty trying to jump in my windowsill. But my plants are sitting up there. Now she's clawing on her scratch post. King of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. Okay. This person is going to grow. They are growing through this fight, separation, argument. They are. What I see here is like you guys do need some time apart. Like you need to walk away from each other for a little bit. And through that process, they evolve into this King of Pentacles energy, whether they are male or female. This person needs to learn how to find security and love within self. It's like they constantly look for these things in external places. And what they need to do is learn how to generate that sense of security within themselves. Learning how to love themselves, how to be there for themselves. So what I see is like Spirit saying you guys need some time apart. so this person can evolve. And they are. And I feel this person is gonna like reach out to you at some point, because are you ready to forgive me? This person doesn't want you guys to never speak again, doesn't want you guys to not know each other anymore for the rest of this life journey. They just need to find themselves right now. They need to find their balance, their niche. They're just kind of lost, and Spirit's gonna help them with that. And it's like through separation, this person is really going to find themselves and then find their way back to you and try to work it out with you, try to make things right with you. So we'll look at their karmic energy with this person. I don't feel like, even though what they did or said could have hurt you, you know, in big ways, I don't feel like they come from a malicious place. They come from a place of like broken emotion. Emotional immaturity, emotional confusion, very insecure because of like their past, not knowing how to be strong on their own. Four of Swords, the Fool, and Four of Cups. Okay, so there's not like this heavy, gross karmic energy around them. Right now, it's like Spirit is forcing them into a timeout in so many different capacities. And it's so that they can overcome, you know, these issues that is within them. They definitely need healing. And so Spirit's kind of having them take a time out. Life is pretty boring. Not a whole lot's going to be going on for them as they move through this process, and that's to keep them from getting distracted, because, you know, it is time for a major transformation and this person to evolve beyond this current experience. Like, they deserve more happiness and love than they allow in. It's just there's this weird insecurity. They've been through a lot. It's time to heal those emotional wounds, that emotional baggage, and they've got to do it on their own. Like, this is an inside job, and it's, I feel like Spirit kind of put them into hermit mode a bit, and it doesn't have to, like, I don't think they're very happy about it, but it's like life is going to get very boring and uneventful for them, with not a whole lot of activity around them. And that's so they can be in their own energy and really awaken to themselves and come into these realizations about their insecurities, about their jealousy, about their codependency, and the emotional baggage that needs to be healed inside of them. And it's going to happen. They are going to transform. These are not negative karmic energies. If anything, I feel like the angels are around this person, really trying to help them heal so they can evolve and they can expand. This is a beautiful person inside. It's just, there's a lot of barrier restriction because of what they've been through in the past. And it's just like, you've got to give them their time. And when they're ready, when they've grown, they're going to come back around to you. So let's pull another card. The soul walks upon all paths, self-knowledge. Look at that. Yes, that's where they're at. Spirit has them. They just need some awakening. They're truly not, they don't do what they do from a malicious, ugly place. This person's just been through a lot. They need to heal. They need to expand. The angels are helping them with that, but it's an inside job, so they've got to do it on their own. That is so beautiful. All right, let's pull one final message. peace. I am unwavering in the face of fear. I come to my senses and embrace challenge. I am determined to think with gentleness and calm. I find inner silence and become a manifestation of peace. That is a message for you from Spirit about this connection, but also a secondary message of this is what's transpiring in this person. Spirit is helping them overcome these issues, and they will come back around to you to make this right, to get it worked out. So those are your messages. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care.